humans are now hackable animals. You know, the whole idea that humans have, you know, they have this soul or spirit and they have free will and nobody knows what's happening inside me. So whatever I choose, whether in the election or whether in the supermarket, this is my free will, that's over. We have all this still myth of free will, that everything we choose is of our own free will. And this is a myth that served us well for a couple of centuries. But now it's becoming dangerous. Previously, surveillance was mainly above the skin. Now it's going under the skin. Well, I think maybe in a couple of decades when people look back, the thing they will remember from the COVID crisis is this is the moment when everything went digital. And if this was the moment when everything became monitored, that we agreed to be surveyed all the time. Not just in authoritarian regimes, but even in democracies. And maybe most importantly of all, this was the moment when surveillance started going under the skin. I mean, all this story about Jesus rising from the dead and being the Son of God, this is fake news.
Wait, that's not true?
We need some kind of global loyalty and global identity. We are really acquiring divine powers of creation and destruction. We are really upgrading humans into gods. We are acquiring, for instance, the power to re-engineer life. We can't regulate bioengineering just in one country, because if you don't genetically engineer human babies in Spain, but you do it in China, then very soon even the Spanish will say, hey, we don't want to stay behind.
Yeah.
Very soon, biometric sensors and AI will give computers direct access to your heart and to your brain. Like already people wearing these rings or these bracelets that constantly measure blood pressure, heart rate. So the computer can watch you and know not only if you're smiling, but if your blood pressure is a little high, is a little low, and that gives indication if you're angry, if you're bored. And you know, the AI, this revolution is barely 5 years old.
Yeah.
We haven't seen anything yet. And then the big political and economic question of the 21st century will be, what do we need humans for? Or at least, what do we need so many humans for?
Do you have an answer in the book?
At present, the best guess we have is keep them happy with drugs and computer games. Is this ability to hack humans? Which means the ability to know people better than they know themselves. When you look from the grand historical perspective, the whole of human history, I think there is a line in the sand, a watershed, which completely changes politics, society, everything, which is the moment when an external system can know people better than they know themselves. So we need to be kind of very precise, how to work with the beast and not try to work against it.
You have power somehow to convince leaders. How are you yourself?
So I now have a team that is helping me deal with that. It's impossible to deal with such a thing just on one person. So people see me and they think I'm doing everything. I actually do very little. And the people who really work hard are my team members who organize this and everything.
I'll send you a CV.
And also, I repeatedly tell people that they shouldn't see me as a kind of prophet or guru.